Hello, and thank you for joining me. So this week represents National Inclusion Week, where the theme is Impact Matters. Impact matters. I don't believe making an impact has to be about world-shaking events, but rather those small actions increasing our tolerance and the kindness and respect that we show towards one another, and that these small everyday things, when they're done at a collective level, they can really change the world. However, they need to be intentional. So with this theme of impact matters in mind, I thought I'd share a simple yet powerful exercise that anybody can do with their teams, and it's called Trusted 10. So to start, you give everybody a blank sheet with a printed table on it with 11 rows and 8 columns, and then you ask all the participants to write down the 10 people in column 1 that they really trust the most. The only rule is that the list doesn't include any direct family members, any blood relations, so partners are fine, but not parents, siblings, children, etc. Some people struggle to get to 10, so get them to think about the layers of trust, maybe the 3 or 4 people that are in their inner sanctum, and then consider those in the next layer, their friends, their colleagues, etc. But once they have 10 names, ask them to complete the empty column headings with things like gender, age, ethnicity, education, sexual orientation, disability, and then ask them to assess or codify their trusted 10 people against each area in any way they want. Once they've completed the codifying of their trusted 10 against these different criteria or characteristics, have a conversation about any observations that they see looking at their completed grid. Now, maybe unsurprisingly, almost across the board, not always, but almost across the board, people's trusted 10 are often a reflection of themselves. We often surround ourselves with people that are familiar to us or similar to us. We have an unintended people preference with a national unconscious tendency to place people into social categories based on our lived experience of the world, and our brain develops shortcuts on often visual cues like gender, age, cultural background, height, body shape. We use these social categories to form unconscious judgments on people who are similar to us and those that are different from us. And this affinity bias, where we are more likely to favour those similar to ourselves, where we tend to be more supportive of and make more time for those who have an unconscious affinity with us, plays out in every aspect of our lives. What's familiar is safe. In the workplace, who do leaders give big projects to? Who do they give urgent kind of tasks for or important pieces of work to? Those that they can rely on. They draw automatically on those whom they trust the most within the organisation. And without knowing it, leaders risk unconsciously drawing on certain prejudices that allow people like us to be in their inner circle at work, their trusted 10. In doing so, they create a more uniform team that lacks the real diversity and potential for different thought and insight. And we miss a trick as a result. We all know how diverse teams are more successful, are higher performing, are more creative, and more innovative. So we need to bring awareness of our biases to the forefront of our minds. We need to make our decision making more conscious. We need to deliberately slow down our thinking and our decision making. We need to reconsider our reasons for our decisions, question our stereotypes, and monitor each other, I guess. I love running this exercise and the conversation it creates and how it challenges people's own thinking and approach. With the table in front of you, it's hard to deny. We can all choose to influence the world around us. I think it starts simply by thinking more purposefully and more consciously. Choose to have an impact. You don't need to start a charity. You can start simply by having intentional conversations with your teams. Thanks very much. Have a great weekend.